What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the all-new 2021 BMW M4 Competition. Huge shout out and thank you to Hendrick BMW of Northlake for providing this M4 for today's video. Check out the links to their website in the description below. They have a huge selection of all the brand new BMWs, so definitely check them out. And the model that we're looking at today is finished off in Toronto Red Metallic, has the executive package as well as the M carbon fiber bucket seats, and has an MSRP at $85,000. Underneath the hood, the M4 Competition utilizes a 3-liter M-Power turbocharged inline 6-cylinder engine. This cranks out 503 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. The engine is paired to an 8-speed M-Steptronic automatic transmission and sends the power to the rear wheels through the M Sport differential. And with a curb weight around 3,800 pounds, you're looking at 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds and a limited top speed at 155. And when the limiter is removed, you're looking at 180 miles an hour. And running off a 15.6 gallon fuel tank, you can expect 16 miles per gallon in the city with 23 out on the highway. The overall length is 189.1 inches with a wheelbase at 112.5. The height is 54.8 with the width at 74.3 inches. And then being the M car, of course, this has a set of drill and ventilated rotors in all 4 corners. They measure 15 inches up front with a 6-piston brake caliper and 14.5-inch rotors in the back with floating calipers. Taking a look at the all-new design for the 2021 M4 Competition. This has BMW's laser headlights. They'll also feature LED daytime running lights, and then you can see blue accents within the housing as well as a blacked out housing. They have a nice modern appearance and they flow very seamless to this front end. And then we have the all-new grille design. These are the traditional kidney-shaped grills, much more vertical than the previous generations, and you can see many gloss black horizontal slats within the grille. You can see a forward-facing camera right in the center with the M4 Competition logo over on the right side, and then 6 parking sensors within the front bumper. There's 2 more really large openings to allow maximum cooling to the engine's radiators as well as the front brake ducts. You can see the gloss black mesh around them, and then a lot of sharp body lines within the front bumper, and it all flows to a nice front splitter that protrudes forwards. There's also a gloss black trim piece on the farthest sides of the bumper to help add more aggression, and you can see a functional air inlet to allow air to enter the front bumper and pass throughout around the front wheels. The whole front end flows together very nicely and really gives the M4 a much more modern appearance. You can see the BMW logo right in the center, and you can even see how the grille flows right into the hood. There's sharp body contours in the hood that lead its way off of the grille, and they flow through the hood towards the windshield and blend away. You can also see how the front bumper and hood seamlessly flow to the front fenders. They're really wide and they have a nice bulge around the wheel to give this that nice front end design with a wider appearance. And then as we make our way to the side profile of the car, this has the optional set of 20-inch wheels in the back with 19s up front. They're finished in a gloss black and they have a really nice spoke design with a mesh look, and the gloss black contrasts very well against this red paintwork. Behind the front wheels, you can see a trim piece that also says M4 Competition. It has a sharp body line going all the way through the side doors, and then another body line leading from the underside going down around the bottom side of these doors. You can see a gloss black side skirt to match the splitter we saw up front, and then there's also a nice line going through the rear fenders and a smooth bulge around that to add to that wider appearance. We get a set of body color door handles and gloss black mirror caps. They feature an integrated LED turn signal as well as a side view camera. Then you'll see more gloss black trim going all around the windows, and then moving up top to the roof, we have a carbon fiber roof skin with 2 really sharp lines on it matching what we saw on the hood, and it flows really seamless, giving this a nice performance oriented design. The whole side profile is extremely proportional, and I love how all the lines tie together to give this a fantastic look. And then moving our way to the rear end of the M4 Competition, you can really get a good view of how wide the fender arches are. We also get a new set of taillights. They are LED, and they have a really cool contour in them, also giving the rear end a wider appearance. They have the gloss red in the bottom and then smoked out housings up top. We also get a gloss black lip spoiler mounted on the trunk. We get the M4 Competition badge on the right, and then your BMW logo right in the center with an integrated backup camera. You can see sharp body lines within the rear bumper, and the whole rear bumper even protrudes backwards a little bit to add more definition. There's a gloss black rear diffuser with some sharp fins right in the center, 6 more parking sensors in the back, and a nice contour on the farthest sides with the reflectors. And then finishing it up with your dual quad tip exhaust finished off with black tips. So there's a good look at the exterior and some of the performance specs on the all-new M4 Competition. Comment down below, what do you guys think of this car? This paint color and all the gloss black accents really make this thing stand out. It looks super sharp, and then the carbon roof is a nice touch. So we have BMW's key fob. If I just tap the BMW logo, we can automatically lock the car, and then just going up, grabbing the door handle, it'll automatically unlock, and we can check out the interior with these carbon fiber seats. This particular spec has a black leather interior, and you'll see carbon fiber all around, as well as some silver accents. This is a fantastic looking interior. If we go ahead and take a look at the door panel now, finished off in black, you can see the leather along the sides with contrast stitching. We also get some padding for your armrest and your grab handle. We have memory seating, all of your window controls and mirror controls, lock and unlock, as well as the release handle. And then below that, we have a little bit of storage, and then the trunk release button. And then moving our way inside, you can see M4 Competition along the door sill, finished off in aluminum. And then a really good look at these amazing looking seats. I am already falling in love with how these are designed. You can see these do have power controls on the side, which is really rare to see for a seat like this. You even have bolstering support, beautiful carbon fiber weave all around the sides and the back. Absolutely a stunning seat, and I love how you have these grab handles all built in. Massive bolsters, as you would expect, finished off in smooth black leather. We have Alcantara along the insides of the bottom bolsters, as well as these back bolsters. Then you can see the stitching design with perforated leather in the center and smooth leather. We also get carbon fiber right in the center of the seat. Then you can see a better look at how large these bolsters are with the Alcantara. Absolutely an amazing looking seat. They even do have cutouts that go to the backside of the seat, as you can see. More perforated leather and then Alcantara on the top. We have the release handle right here to fold it forward with the M colors. Same with your seat belt design. And then you can see the illuminated M4 logo with cutouts as well if you want to put race harnesses in. You can see perforated leather on the headrest. These seats really stand out and I think are a perfect touch for an M4. Then if we flip around to the steering wheel, we have black leather, M color stitching, and carbon fiber. And then now sitting inside the M4, I can go ahead and keep my foot on the brake and we can fire it up. The M4 features a full LCD display for the gauge cluster. We have the tach over on the right with your engine temperature and your speedometer and fuel level on the left. You can also see navigation comes up right in the center, and then toggling this BC button over here, you can see many different things that come up like tire pressure, as well as temperature and boost gauge. We have torque and horsepower. A G meter will come up, radio icons, and then all of your different driving modes. You can also see your gear. And then if we take a look at the steering wheel now, the beautiful carbon fiber, we have a heated steering wheel button as well, and then even leather on the airbag. We have Bluetooth and audio controls on the right, and then all of your cruise control settings over on this left side. We also get a really nice set of carbon fiber paddle shifters on this model, even with a hollowed out opening for the minus and plus logo, which is a really cool touch. We also have two different toggles for your M modes. These are configurable, and they're a quick and easy way to get right to your driving modes. Just tapping it twice, it confirms it. It puts us into the complete driving mode that you would like, all customizable. The exhaust valve opens up as well. And then one thing really cool, if I tap this M mode button as well, you can see the gauge cluster change to this really cool vertical tach. You can see how the RPM goes up. Then if I toggle the M2 button as well, putting us into that mode, it gets much louder. Really cool the way everything is set up. On the left side of the steering wheel, we have all of your headlight controls with a little bit of ambient lighting underneath the air vent. The heads-up display unit is right in the center. Then you can see black along the entire dashboard and more carbon fiber and silver accents leading to the air vent. Right in the center now, we have this touchscreen infotainment setup. Right now on your home screen, this is configurable. We have different things. You can swipe over and see all the modes for the vehicle, your engine data, tire pressure, and other things like that. We can also tap your media icon. Everything comes up for that. We have your communication for your phone integration. Then you can tap the navigation screen right now. Really nice HD with pinch to zoom. You can see how everything is laid out. Then tapping the home button again, we can hit the car icon. We have a lot of things that come up on this left side going into the M mode. We can configure your driving modes, as you can see. So I really like how everything is laid out. We also have an apps icon with things coming up with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You can see all the different menus right here that you can tap. And if we go ahead and put the vehicle into reverse by pulling this left and forward, You can see the backup camera comes up with the top-down view. You can tap these little icons right here to get the different views. And then if I tap this icon and do 3D view, you get the full 3D camera view of your car. And I love how it's even finished in the actual exterior paint color. I love how HD all the graphics are. You can easily see everything around you. And then by putting the car into park, we can put it into the neutral position and just tap the P for park. And then beneath the screen, you can see your hazards as well as a safety icon. Tapping this, it comes up with all the different drive modes. You can configure this to how you would like your safety settings. You have lane departure warning, forward collision, blind spot alert, and things like that. Then we have 2 air vents below that with an LCD screen. You can see how easily you can adjust your climate control with your fan speed, your dual zone climate, and then all of your different zones come up. We have a few more icons with heated seats on the left and the right side. Then some radio icons as well with your volume on off button. Moving our way to the center console now, you can see all the carbon fiber and silver accents. This has a really cool look to it. And then we have 2 cup holders and wireless charging with a USB and 12 volt. I can go ahead and close this up. Really good look with more carbon fiber. You even have an M4 Competition badge. You have your parking brake right in the center with your brake hold. You can even toggle your exhaust on and off by tapping this button. We have a setup button as well. If I toggle this, it comes up on the screen with all the different driving modes. We have the M mode button, your engine start, then the start stop feature, parking sensors, and a shortcut to your camera. It'll come right up. You can see the rear view. We have traction control as well. Beautiful leather around the shifter with more of the M colored stitching. And then over on this right side, this controls actually the navigation screen, just like you saw. You can use the touchscreen or use the rotary dial, bumping this up, down, left, and right. You can write on it. There's a lot of different shortcuts. If I hit the map button right now, it comes up on the screen. And then if I go to the home button, you can see how everything changes. Going into communication, it goes into one of those. You even have a back button. So I really like how everything is laid out. You can easily configure everything. And then behind the center console, we have your nice armrest with black leather and stitching. Pressing the front button, this opens right up. You can see we have a little bit of space in here with USB and an LED light, and then closing that. And then on this right side for the glove box, opens up nicely, and we have a lot of space in there, as you can see. So really nice and practical for a car like this. And then one last look at the overall interior. I love all the carbon fiber, and these seats already are amazing. They're really large bolsters. They're really nice to sit in. You can get a really good look at everything with all the materials and leather. The Alcantara on the bolsters. Definitely a nice performance-oriented seat. They fit this car very well. Then up top, we have a black headliner, and then LED dome lights with a frameless mirror. The M4 also has back seats, so if I grab this strap and unlock it, I can pull the seat forward and then it's going to automatically slide out of the way. Gives you a nice entry point to enter the rear end. You can see the same smooth black leather back here with the perforated design right in the center. You even get the matching seat belts. And then you get a few amenities as well, like your climate control vents and 2 USBs. Alright, so hopping into the back of the M4 Competition, first and foremost, I get an amazing view of these carbon fiber seats. That looks absolutely stunning. I can go ahead and pull the seat back, and it's going to automatically slide back to the exact position that it was at. This is one heck of a view even in the back seat of this car. So I'm 5'11", and I am fitting here really nice. I have plenty of room in front of my knees for the seat, and I have about 1 inch of headroom. You get a little bit of an armrest over on this left side, and then a really large glass to easily see around. Then if I go ahead and pull this lever in the center, we can open up this, and actually gives you entry point to the trunk, and it can double as a nice armrest. And then one last look at the backs of these seats. You can just see how nice everything looks. Absolutely a stunning car, even from the back. And then I can grab the strap, unlock the seat, and push it forward, and it's automatically going to slide out of my way. And then to take a look at the trunk space, you can use the button on the door panel, tap the one on the key, or there is one beneath the BMW logo. It is a power trunk. It opens nice and up. You can see we have quite a lot of space in the back of an M4. It's nice and squared off for larger luggage and things like that. We have a storage pocket over on the left and the right side. And then up above, if I manually pull these, it'll unlock the rear seats. And with the seats folded down, you can see just how much more storage space we have in this 2-doored coupe. And then entering through the door, you can see how the seats fold down nice and flat. We have a large opening to the trunk to really make the M4 Competition extremely practical. Alright guys, so we are setting off now in the 2021 M4 Competition. These carbon fiber seats are absolutely ridiculous. I love them. They are a $3,800 option. Very well worth it. They are so comfortable, extremely rigid. You can tell obviously they're carbon fiber, and I love how you do have power controls and adjustable bolsters to make it tighter on you depending on how large of a person you are. Already this car feels so performance oriented. I feel like I am in a race car, especially with these carbon fiber paddles. This car I am loving already. I have this car in the most conservative driving modes. Everything is in efficient and comfort, and the transmission is in the lowest setting to shift the most conservatively. Getting up to some speed now, the way it sounds, it already feels so mechanical, and I love that aspect. I love the M4s and the M3s, how raw they are. This car already feels like just such a step up from a normal 4 Series. As far as the normal driving, as we are in the basic modes, visibility is really good, huge windshield, really large mirrors to easily see behind you, and then looking over my left and right shoulder, you pretty much have no blind spots. I have no issues for this being a daily driver or anything like that. It is really comfortable. The suspension is absorbing the bumps. However, you can feel it in your body. You can feel this is a tight car. It is definitely an M car and not just a normal 4 Series with some added additions. But already I am loving the car. It just feels so special, especially with these seats. So with that said, if I bump it up a little bit on this 3 little icons for the shifter, it does shift a little bit more aggressive in automatic mode. And even though this is a standard automatic, it's a ZF8 speed, it feels almost like a DCT. It just feels more mechanical, like I was saying. And then if I bump it over, it puts us into the manual mode, and I can shift using the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. And then by just toggling the M2 button twice, looks like it'll put everything into the most performance oriented mode. We got some good sounds already. Wow, that bump you really feel. Wow, that is barely 4,000 RPM. The torque in this engine is ridiculous, and it already feels so confident, inspiring. It just really feels like a performance car. I'm genuinely loving the new M4. I know some people aren't the biggest fan of it. I do think it looks fantastic, by the way, but driving it, I cannot help but smile. This really feels like something special. Wow. That was a 45-mile-an-hour turn, almost 90 degree. It just felt like nothing in this car. This is at home at the racetrack of the mountains. I can't imagine how fun that would be. And I even have air conditioning on. But everything about the car, especially in the performance modes right now, it really tightens up. The suspension, every bump I am feeling. I love how hard these seats are. And while they're hard, they fit your body so well to where I am way more comfortable in these than a standard seat would be, just because your frame of your body is really supporting you. I'm so comfortable in this car. So downshifting a little bit. Wow. Hitting a bump. Oh my gosh, just going up over that hill. Oh my gosh. Oh, the M4, this is a beast, especially the carbon seats. I think if you're looking for the M3 or the M4, these seats are a must-have. The power delivery is also so linear. I love how the torque and horsepower just seamlessly accelerate the car. There's no turbo lag or anything like that. Hitting that bump, you can see us moving a little bit. Oh my gosh, the paddles are also super responsive, even though this is a standard automatic. The brakes as well, they are massive rotors. We got the huge discs and those massive calipers. Just touching them, the car really comes to a standstill. And I don't feel like we're really feeling any of the weight of the car. It's decently weighted, 3,800 pounds, not crazy heavy, but it's not the lightest thing out there. But I don't feel like you're noticing any weight transfer or anything like that. Hitting the brakes a little bit harder. Wow, we really come down in speed. That is nuts. So into 4th gear, a little bit of a sharp turn. Wow. And hitting the brakes harder again, almost to a stop. This feels so tight and light on its toes. I am having a blast driving this car. I wish I didn't have to give it back to the dealer. Wow. It also sounds pretty good. It's not the loudest car. I think BMW has toned down their cars quite a lot for 2021. You don't really hear those upshift crackles or anything like that. The overrun of the engine, you don't really hear much. But you do get a nice tone on the interior of the car to give it that performance-oriented feeling. And then I love, though, how I can toggle it into drive. We'll tap that button. We're back into the normal drive mode. No more loud exhaust, and we'll tone down the transmission. The whole car toned down, absorbs the bumps a little bit better now. Throttle response is a little bit smoother. And now we're just in a normal BMW 4 Series. It still is extremely rigid. It definitely doesn't feel like a normal one, like I said. but this is just a special car. I think BMW really killed it with the 2021, the G80, and I think this is a special car, and it's gonna go down as a pretty epic M car. I honestly am loving it. Huge shout out and thank you to Hendrick BMW of Northlake for providing this M4 for today's video. Check out the link to their website in the description. They have a huge selection of all the 2021 BMWs and some nice M cars as well. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button to stay tuned for plenty more videos. And we'll see you guys next video.